They are against it. The Biden doesn't even know what it is. If you ask Biden, sir, are you for or against crypto? What's that? What the? Get me off the stage. He's saying, get me off the stage. No, he has no idea. But look, Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it, probably a lot of the people in this group. And I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump. Thank you for the statement. Yeah, with the goggles on.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto down. We have the Dow down, and S&P right now is flat. And we see that liquidity is definitely starting to dry up. But remember what the Fed said is going to be a slow leak for QT. Remember, this is an election year. Once this election is over, though, guys, they start to pull that rug. But that's when the BRICS nations and the emerging markets start to flip that switch. But for the American people and the West, the NWO is about to wake them out of their sleep. They're about to pull that curtain down. And layoffs are going to start picking up. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which we have the short end down, long end slightly up. Right now, we have the dollar up. We have volume and crypto flat. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $493 billion yesterday. And we know why we're moving in the wrong direction to manipulate yields. And also, they did a little small one yesterday also, if you noticed that. And when this repo comes to an end, we know they have another safety blanket ready, and that's those bail-in bonds. They know these clearing houses are about to be in trouble. So, guys, you have to stay up to date on the manipulation. And yesterday, guys, we had a whole bunch of the Hegelian dialectic and being played perfectly. The first one, guys, we had the House votes to erase the SEC crypto policy. That would make it difficult for banks to custody crypto. And then, of course, we have President Biden vows the veto. And because we're in crypto, we see all these big corporations starting to integrate this technology. But in order to move it forward, you have to create the two sides. Even though the people are not educated on it, they still going to jump on the side. We've seen this before in history, but unfortunately, no one learns from history. The divide and conquer works every time. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And since I've started this crypto channel, we've had a whole lot of the big banks and central banks testing this technology. Now they're starting to do simulations, and we know the next phase after simulation is to implement the technology. And everything's getting faster and faster. If you do a check online now, that check only takes 1 day to clear. If you order something online, you're normally getting it within 2 to 3 days. So even though we can't see it, they've definitely streamlined the technology. And then also, when it comes to payments, they're definitely using the technology to get closer to these real-time payments. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, of course, all down right now. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have VanEck Market Vector starts index to track the largest meme coins. Now, we have SBI Holdings and Chili's to set up a joint venture in Japan for sports fan tokens. And just like crypto, we know this space is still early. The masses have no clue. But we know gaming and sports are not going anywhere. And when you add in the metaverse, they'll be able to interact with their favorite players, like if they were a player. So they'll be able to virtually go inside the game. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the U.S. bill suggests banning crypto mixers for 2 years, imposing up to $100,000 fine for involvement. And that 2-year period is very important because we know the alphabet boys are definitely going to be using these mixers. We know the government is definitely going to be using these mixers. And when it comes to private blockchains, we know the central banks want to use those. They're not going to use a public blockchain. Remember, in the fourth industrial revolution, privacy is definitely the new gold. Now we have Optimism Superchain now supports layer 3 chains via OP stack. And lastly, we have the Hegelian dialectic being played perfectly by Donald Trump. Now, this article says Donald Trump says he will accept crypto for campaign donations, and we know he will. But Trump says that Biden has no clue about crypto, and the Democrats and Gensler are against it. And if you want crypto, vote Trump. And it's the same Trump that stated that he didn't like Bitcoin or crypto because it was going away from the US dollar. But now Trump is stating that we need to embrace it. And anytime you have a former president and now running for president again, talking about Bitcoin and crypto, we know the masses get to hear it. The masses are listening. Now Trump says he embraces it, so Trump followers are going to start embracing it, going to start reading about it, doing investigation. And this is how you program the masses to accept this new economy. It's going to be faster, cheaper, and then on top of it, you get to sit at home and get free money. But little do the people know, this is biblical. They'll be able to tell you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And all this is on blockchain, which gives the NWO the all-seeing eye, where they'll be able to know you better than you know yourself. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.